All right, if ever a shirt described me with my shooting skills, here we are. Today, we've got, that's right, Mauser C96. And yes, we've got the stock here. We'll put the stock on it in a bit, but I thought let's just start out shooting it. This one is a mixmaster. It is parts from a bunch of different guns. I got it from a guy who was looking to get rid of it. Circle 9 grips. It is a 9mm. Small frames with a small grip. Did not have these. These are repro grips. So this is kind of, I guess you'd say, a bit of a fantasy build of one of these. But hey, you know, it still gives us the feel of how it shoots, how it operates. So let's get this ready to load. So loading these is a bit of a trick. I'm not great at it. As you can see. Come on, buddy. There we go. All right. You couldn't see that, but always keep your fingers out of the way. And when we've got 9 in there, we'll count 9 is good enough. And she's ready to rock. So let's go for it. Yeah, so I'm shooting at a target that is maybe 15 yards away. This is incredibly uncomfortable on the web of my hand. Not hitting much of anything. And one of the worst pistol experiences I've ever had. So there we go. Bolt locks open. Empty. And oh yeah. You can see right there, it was biting me. I put some gloves on there. So it ran fine on 115 grain, but I couldn't hit much of anything. So let's get some more ammunition in the gun. I'm gonna put the stock on and see how it works that way. All right, so I've taken the leather holder, which is essentially a holster for the holster, and there's a strap that holds it on. I've removed that. So off this comes, and then simply take the gun and slide it together, and it locks together, and there's wiggle, and I've never seen one that didn't have wiggle in it. So let's see here if we can load the stripper clip a little more successfully this time. Yeah, getting there. There we go. Take it out, gun loads itself, it's ready to go. And I don't really know where to put my hand here. Do I grab it back here? Do I grab it up here? I think instinct says grab it back here. So let's shoot at that same target and see if we can hit anything. Yep, hit it. You didn't hear it, but I saw it shake. We have no problem with hitting that target, which is at 15 yards. Let's see, I got one at 25. Rush advice. Here we go. And there we go. So I was aiming at the center of the target, and to be honest, had to aim low to get hit. So it's shooting quite high. I think that's where some of my misses may have come from originally. So yeah, Mauser C96. Is it a good pistol? Well, I guess in the lens of 1896 when it came out, it was a good semi-automatic pistol. You know, I think I've said it before, this came out 4 years as a production gun before John Moses Browning even had his first working Colt 1911 prototypes. So that's amazing, you know, really to think of where that is. That's like inventing the car when the bicycle's the only thing that exists. But the ergonomics on it without the stock here are terrible, especially on the small grip version here. This bump here is banging my hand up. The loading cycle is a mess. So now if I want to put the bolt forward, I got to depress the follower with my finger like that, because that's safe, right? That's a good plan. We can lower the hammer, and there's our safety there, on and off, or off and on. And I mean, it's compact. I guess it fits in its own holster, which is a stock, but good Lord, I don't know. I think I'd rather have a revolver in the year 1896 than this thing. Loading slow. There's nothing about it that I think it couldn't be done as well with a revolver at the time, especially with the technology revolvers were at that point. But with the stock on it, this is actually, I would say, the magic of it. Once you put these two together, we'll do that again. Oh, because I got it upside down. There we go. This is a pretty handy carbine that you can carry on your hip, put together in a minute or two if you know you're getting into a fight. This is usable. Now, to what range, I don't know. Could you get out to 100? I bet with practice you could and hit a man-sized target pretty easily. Certainly a man-sized plate at 25 yards was very little challenge once I found where the sights were. So I would say this is a good idea. Strangely, and actually maybe having the magazine forward and the grip back here works well with this kind of stock setup. But overall, I would say this clockwork nightmare of a gun is a good first step for a semi-auto pistol. At the time it was developed, it really was a good step, but this is not good once you get into 1900 and past. Its time had come and gone at that point, and at this point it's mostly just a curious piece of history. Yeah. All right. I was out here at the range. We've been shooting the Mauser C96. This guy. It was running real nice on 115 grain PMC bronze. That. Then I had a question, because I found some other ammo while I was here. It's a question that I don't think anybody's asked, probably for a good reason. But would modern ammunition run through the Mauser C96? So I've got some Speer Lawman 147 grain. Yep, the subsonic stuff. And I also have some Speer LE 124 grain gold dot hollow point. Because why not, right? Because it fits on the stripper clips. Maybe it'll run, maybe it won't. Let's find out. I've got 3 rounds loaded in the C96 already of the 147 grain. We'll see if it cycles. If it doesn't, we'll clear the gun of the remaining ammunition and test the other type and see what happens. But hey, why not, right? Let's see if in the apocalypse you find a stash of ammo for your C96 and Fallout, if it will run. All right. Helps if we cock the hammer. All right. Shooting it, I guess what's a 50-yard target, I've been told. All right, I was aiming for the center again. I had to aim a little low. It cycles. I can definitely feel it cycles strong in that. That pistol, I don't know if that's on the edge or it's just the way the gun's supposed to run, but it works. So, heck, why not hollow point, right? For when you're using your C96 as a defensive firearm in the home when a burglar breaks in at night. All right, here we go. Well, who knew, right? Who knew a pistol designed in 1896, pre-1896, would cycle modern hollow point ammunition and modern subsonics? The one thing I will say is shooting the 115 grain, when I'm gripping here, and I got my thumb around, yeah, you're probably supposed to shoot it this way from what I've heard. The hammer was fine at 115 grain. This is coming back a lot faster, the bolt. And when that whacks the hammer to reset it, that is coming back with authority and bopped me in the knuckle. I don't know if you can see, there's a little red mark there. It may not show up on camera. It definitely is kicking harder. I definitely would adjust my position in the future to shoot that ammunition. But to be honest, the gun really seems to like it. So who knew, right? The things we learn when we do testing. So anyhow, there you go. If you want to run ammunition, I recommend testing it first. But if you want to run modern ammo in a C96, I guess it works.